Shalom, it's me, Baht Of Zion, and today we're going to speak about those tight-knit relationships that we can't seem to let go due to our hopes of change in someone, which causes us to keep holding on. Let's dive into the power of walking away. Some doors need to stay closed. Y4T, count me in. Family, thank you for joining. Let's begin. Have you found yourself being loyal to people due to time and history that you have with that person? You know that saying, at the end of the day, they're still my family and I love them no matter what. That saying is typically used by people who haven't yet fully grasped the concept of wrong versus right, or righteousness over wickedness. The time you have spent, as far as the years are concerned, and history with someone doesn't make the wrong thing they've done to be acceptable as right. For example, if your cousin is a pedophile or has been sexually harassing a niece, a nephew, even you or any person that you may know of, his or her title in your family doesn't mean that they are beyond approach or accountability. Some people may not want to get involved as far as authority is concerned due to that being their favorite cousin. But what did Yahweh say? In Deuteronomy chapter 15, verse 11 from the Torah, it states, "For there will never cease to be poor in the land. Therefore, I command you, you shall open wide your hand to your brother, to the needy, and to the poor in your land." Isaiah chapter 1, verse 17 through 18, and it states, "Learn to do right, seek justice, defend the oppressed, take up the cause of the fatherless, plead the case of the widow. Come now, let us settle the matter, says Yahweh." In these two precepts, we see that Yahweh commanded you to intervene to help the oppressed. Now, in Babylon, I know we live by a fearful code of, I don't get involved with our people affairs because I don't want any problems. When you operate in this type of behavior, you are clearly showing fear in man and not fear in Yah. So, one would think that you are afraid to no longer be among this world because doing right would cost you your life. However, at the end of the day, aren't we supposed to rid ourselves of this flesh that is inhabited by all types of indoctrinations, all types of oppressed torment through years of obedience to man and not Yah? And doesn't Yah control both life and death? As we know in Deuteronomy 32, verse 9 from our Torah, "I kill and I make alive. I wound and I heal, and there is none that can deliver out of my hand." So, at the end of the day, your fear can't be in man. Whatever man may so do to this flesh, it's only by the hands of Yah. But the bigger picture is being able to say, I lived for justice of someone else who was oppressed and shown myself righteous in the eyes of Yahweh, not in the eyes of Babylon. But let's continue. They're close to you, but not called to you. Yah has put us in families and allowed us to pick the type of friends within our walk of life. We tend to attach ourselves to people who can help us, and at times to people who we can help through various means. But have you ever asked yourself, is this person really called to me at this moment in time? Or are they here for a season in time? Not every connection is meant to go where Yah is taking you. The beautiful thing about being young is that we typically think that our day one is going to be with us till the time we die. That the innocent thought, right? Right. But as years go on, we begin to grow and evolve spiritually and mentally, not playing with the childish toys that once entertained us back then. Now that we have come into ourselves, meeting our true spiritual identity for the first time, we have that drive to actually obtain a mission for Yah, which is to be set apart. At times, that righteous goal that we are chasing doesn't always align with the person we met years ago. So then you'll experience a divide, or sometimes friction in communication. Now, that should definitely be a clear sign that the individual or the Ruach inhabiting that person, which is the spirit, isn't always meant to accompany you. It may very well be a task Yah has set for you solely, and they possibly are assigned to another mission, but it's all for Yah's purpose. When walking away from someone, it should never be looked at as betrayal, but only be looked at as obedience to Yahweh, especially if you are called by Yah to do it. As we know in Genesis 13, didn't Abraham have a separate from Yah? Salakia, didn't Abraham have to separate from Lot? But let's continue. The signs to look for when you know it's time to close that door are: 1, you keep shrinking yourself to keep peace. 2, they celebrate your downfall more than your growth. 3, your spirit is constantly unsettled around them. And 4, they only come around when they need something. Now, family, if you have any other signs that I may have overlooked, please drop them in the comment, okay? So, as in society, we like to call these people haters, but in all actuality, they're spiritual agents meant to feed on your spirit to destroy whatever part of you that wants to truly serve Yahweh in his glory. The fear of being alone is hard because we are a people, the nation of Israel, who are known to unite with our own, and it's in our DNA to do so. However, we have to do it right, even through the times where we may show indifferences and on different occasions. However, When we separate from those who are not aligned with us spiritually and walk this truth according to Yah's commands and laws, then we have to find solid comfort in knowing Psalms chapter 27 verse 10. When my Ab and my Ima forsake me, then Yahweh will take me up. Once again, when my father and my mother forsake me, then Yahweh will take me up. Alone does not mean abandoned. Alone means set apart. When you're able to walk away from someone, it brings peace. It brings clarity and a space for true connections. To be able to notice that sometimes rejection is Yahweh's redirection because Yah was removing distractions from out of your life because he loves you. God. As I go, royal family, I'm going to leave you with this. Peace is expensive. It costs your past, but it also secures your future. Closing the door is not hate, it's healing. Have you truly healed today by closing those doors that were meant to be closed and also locking them and throwing away the key? Shalom Berakah.